About the issue of Iran, another big story that's ready. How would you deal with Iran? How would President Trump do that?
I think the deal is horrible. I think the deal is absolutely horrible for us, but it's really, really bad for Israel. And, you know, just one thing. We have 4 people over there, prisoners, that they're keeping, hostages, whatever you want to call them. That's not part of the deal. Why isn't that part of the deal? Why are we giving them all the money back? Keep the money. Make a deal. Keep the money. Why are we doing that? And most importantly, we don't have the right to unfettered go in there and check whenever we want to, anytime, anywhere. We don't have the right to do that. So what kind of a deal is it? We know they're going to cheat. We know that.
Of Chinese President Xi. On Iran, she said on day 1 of her presidency, she would call the Ayatollah, said she didn't know if he would take her call or not, but said she would try, and tell him, hey, you know that nuclear deal? It's off. Here's the new deal. Until and unless you open every nuclear facility for inspection, you will not be able to move any money around the world. Fiorina is a big proponent of rebuilding the U.S. military and supporting our allies.
Our goal, and what the President and Secretary Kerry have been working on, is to do everything possible to see that Iran does not get a nuclear weapon, which would destabilize incredibly that entire region of the world.
Boots in the ground and just get rid of ISIS once and for all.
I'll tell you what, you get rid of them and then you don't have to keep fighting. It's a war of attrition otherwise. We have what we need to get rid of them, not to contain them, but to get rid of them.
Why do you think we don't?
Well, I can't get inside the president's head. I can't quite figure out why he kind of thinks, we just leave them alone, they'll be okay. I don't know why he thinks that when all indications are to the contrary.
It feels like all of those things have one common thread. What you talked about with Putin, ISIS, and let me just throw the recent Iran nuke deal, that this administration has been so eager to please people outside of this country, even people who are enemies, who have pledged our demise. They're so eager to be seen as good global citizens. Exactly. I mean, isn't that the wrong way to start off a policy?
Totally the wrong way. And look what we've done to our military. We've decimated our military. The weaker we are, the more adventurism we're going to see from everybody else. Peace comes through strength. We have to understand. We've learned that before. Why did we?
It's unspeakable. I mean, literally is unspeakable. It's barbaric. They have got to be defeated. But if the question of American foreign policy is that our ground troops in combat now, leading the fight, or is it the Muslim countries? You got billionaire countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, you have the UAE, you have Jordan there. They have got to lead the effort with our support. But ISIS remains a very serious problem, and I want to see them defeated.
Okay. And I said, we need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly. And I don't mind having a big, beautiful door in that wall so that people can come into this country legally. But
what if we had an alternative accredited system that said, number one, we're going to give you credit for what you already know. It doesn't matter where you learned it. If you know it, you get credit for it. And then whatever you're missing, you can package it from a variety of different sources. Massive online courses, paid online courses, paid internships, unpaid internships, work experience, 5 classes at that college, 2 classes at that one, packaged learning. What matters is what you know, not where you learned it. And we need to open up higher education to competition and innovation so more people can acquire the skills that will allow them to achieve their version of the American dream. That's another century.
College Compact, no student should have to borrow to pay tuition at a public college or university.
Also drawing big applause, Clinton's vow to slash interest rates for students who do have to borrow and to ease the burden on those who already did.
It just makes sense. If you can refinance your mortgage or your car loan, you should be able to refinance your student loan too.
Now, New Hampshire isn't just home to the first presidential primary. It also has one of the highest average student loan debt rates in the country. And the people who came to Exeter today seem delighted to have Clinton talking about these issues.
I have 2 young boys. God knows what college is going to cost in 10 or 12 years when they go.
We have a 36-year-old who's still paying off loans. We have a 30-year-old who's still paying off loans. And
these are your children, I assume?
Our children, and we're paying off loans.
But the new college compact would be expensive, with a cost of $350 billion over 10 years. Today, Clinton took a preemptive shot at critics who might call it a bloated government handout.
Everyone is going to have to step up. We can't fix the problem of rising costs and rising debt just by throwing more money at the problem.
Here's the simple truth. Strict gun control laws do not work. If you look at the empirical data, the jurisdictions with the strictest gun control laws typically have among the highest crime rates and the highest murder rates. You look at Chicago, you look at Washington, D.C., both among the most draconian gun laws in the country, and both consistently among the worst crime rates and murder rates.